Hey, Flea fam, welcome to another episode of You,
Me,
and the Flea. Happy March.
I can't believe
Welcome
it.
back.
We're like a third of the year. Wait. We're almost a third of the way done with the year. Right? I said that right.
We're a third into the year.
Yeah, into done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, we're entering.
We're entering the third month. Okay, you guys get it. You know what we're trying to say
You
here.
guys get it. Spring is around the corner. We could smell it.
This tastes like spring, honestly.
Does it?
Cucumber watermelon.
Yeah.
My goodness.
That is a
Wow.
vibe. Well, if you're listening, hi. Thanks for coming back. Welcome and happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
Today is dedicated to the girlies.
Poppy collar, make 'em holler. What is it? What that we're celebrating, Christina?
We're 2 days away from 2 days away from International Women's Day. Mm-hmm. If you didn't know, now you know.
I know that's
I
right.
remember seeing this on Facebook when I was like in high school
and being like, "What is that?"
Stupid.
Me too. And now I'm like,
and now every year I'm like, it's International Women's Day. Bow down.
Yeah, get ready.
Give me some. But here we are, celebrating this fabulous day. And what better way to do it than talk about female powerhouses, all things girl power. You ready?
I'm ready.
What do you have to say about girl power?
I think we're stronger together. Okay.
I agree.
Listen.
We,
I was just listening to Heather McMahon's podcast, and she was talking about all these trolls who comment, women who comment on her page and call her all these names, and she was literally talking about in the podcast episode, and she's like, I don't get it. Like, why are we teaming up against each other?
Literally.
Like, we need to be sticking together.
I know.
So that's where I'm at with it.
I know.
Like, we're better together, right?
It goes back to the old days when you would be at a club or at a bar, and you walk in and it's like
the girls' bathroom.
Yeah, the girls' bathroom is where it was at. That's where you.
It's not like that anymore.
It's not.
That you could meet your new bestie in the bathroom.
Oh, dude.
Krista and I would specifically go out, not for the bathroom, but we would be in the bathroom so long that sometimes our friends would be like, where are you guys? I'm like, we're talking in the bathroom.
I feel like that's why they would be such long lines.
That's why there's the
Everyone
bathroom tenant, because all the girlies are chatting.
Man.
Smart marketing. Smart. Budget. Get the money, honey. They said you want a couple dollars, put somebody in the female bathroom.
It's not even there though. It's you would get the most hype. It would be any situation where oh
yeah,
oh my gosh, there's a cute guy out there, I'm vibing with him, what do I do? Do I look okay? Whatever.
Yeah.
And you would have these random girls that you've never met in your life just hyping you up to death, and it'd be so good. That's one thing I loved. And then even just the part where it's some of them you would walk in and they're crying their eyes out, and you're just what's going on?
Who are we?
And then that's a disaster.
Who are we fleeing up?
What's going on?
Yep.
Let's
talk about it.
And then even when you would see the Lushes, and then this one was the most heartbreaking, because it's you have the girlies that had a little bit too much to drink, and I'm like, where are your friends?
Where are your friends?
Yeah. Because respectfully, they need to be picking you up right now.
Yeah.
You need to be home.
Uh-huh.
Those were the ones that always got my heart.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, let's roll into it.
Let's roll.
All right, so let's talk female vendors, okay?
Yeah.
Because obviously we work at a flea.
Sure.
I love this, actually. I feel especially knowing a lot of vendors nowadays, I feel a good chunk, if not maybe, dare I say the majority,
are women. So,
or at least women are running them.
I have a couple of my top bullet points are how women are stepping into entrepreneurship through flea markets.
Really? Okay.
Well, yeah, because think about it.
Yeah.
They're starting their own business. They're starting a side hustle.
Totally.
More women have businesses than ever before. Mm-hmm. Also, and I just think about when we walk around, literally a majority are women.
Yeah. Or at least they're like running that, especially like on the inside.
They're running the show.
100%.
Yeah.
The only ones that aren't, I feel like, are during the week when it's like a lot of the garage sale-y stuff.
Yeah.
I would
Tools.
say. Which, you can have that.
Yeah.
No one wants to sell the tools. No, a fun fact, women-owned businesses now represent 40% of small businesses in the U.S.
I believe it.
So, because I'm even thinking, like, if you go to, like, your local, like, strip mall or whatever, majority of it is either, like, a tanning salon run by a woman or, like, a little boutique by a woman.
I was just going to say, a tanning salon, a small boutique, a nail salon.
Spa. Like, all those are, like...
women-based companies.
Let's go,
predominantly
baby.
Owned. Yep.
Yes. Start it up.
I love it.
Well, you know what, too? It's always like women had the dream to do something like that, where it's like, you know, I want to start my own card company or, you know, something like a small little dream. Like, oh, I want to have like, oh my gosh, literally right here on Michigan Avenue, there's like, it's an accessory store. And I just like love it. It's like Adrian's Accessories, and it's like just like scarves and jewelry and stuff like that.
Yeah, I love
like, that is so cool. Like, if someone was so passionate about that and wanted to start it, and look at them now, you know? So, we love to see the girly 60.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, and then studies show that women-run ventures are 20 to 30% more likely to focus on sustainable and innovative products, bringing fresh ideas and unique craftsmanship to our communities, which I also love. Again, this is going back to, like, everyone's getting creative in how they can save, like, the plant. Like, so again, like, thrift stores. There's a really big place in Texas called, what is it called? It's, like, flea market something. And basically this woman goes and, like, she does the hunting at, like, flea markets of, like, little knickknacks and gadgets, and then you make, like, hats, like cowboy hats at her location. So, like, her and her team, like, help you, and it's humongous. It's a humongous store. It's like a vintage type of store. So you, like, take a cowboy hat and you can put, like, oh my God, I've seen, like, a casino themed one that has, like,
oh, that's cute,
a poker card in it,
yeah, that's
with, like,
super
a feather
cute.
and stuff like that.
I know what you're talking
she's
about.
Found at, like, a flea market.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm
I
like,
love
God, that is so smart, because she's, like, had a passion for, like, thrifting and turned it into that.
I need to think of something, man.
I know, dude.
I really got to. It's been almost 2.5 years. Like,
I know.
Come on.
What are we doing?
There's something in front of us that we just are missing?
Yeah.
The clue on? I don't know.
Apparently.
I love that idea, though. That's so cool. It's so unique.
I love it. Okay. Female vendors often reinvest their profits back into the communities, creating a ripple effect and a positive impact locally. Obviously, that's true, too.
Yeah.
Think about, like, you know, you're a mom with a vision or a dream, and all of that money is going back to whether you have kids and you're like, you know, they're in soccer clubs, they're in this, they're in that, whatever. I just know back in my hometown in Indiana, there's this, like, little downtown, if you will.
Sure.
And all of those small businesses, like, they rally for, like, everything. They, like, have a parade.
That's how South Line is.
Yeah, it's, like, so cute.
I'm not going to lie. It is even when, you know, my parents moved to where they are now when I was in second grade. So, like, yes, they had it when I was growing up, but now to see the, like, level that it's at, I'm, like, jealous. I'm like, wow. Because when I just was home a few months ago, what was going on? Like, Pumpkin Fest or something, and there's, like, all these blow-ups, all this stuff. I'm like, this is cute. And the same thing, all these small businesses are coming together, and I
know. Well, there's, like, it's like a called, I don't even know what it's called, but like during Christmas in one of the towns, all of the businesses, like, decorate a Christmas tree. And it's, like, so cute. I'm like, oh, that's cute too. And then you're advertising your business. You're advertising all of that stuff. It's like everyone's rallying together.
Yeah,
you're
I love
giving
that.
back in the ways that you can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
lead by example, if you will, okay?
Literally. Follow the ladies, okay?
We all know.
We kind of know what we're doing.
Women know. I mean, yeah, we could run the world, don't you think?
Yeah.
Like, should actually, though.
We literally should be. Anyway. Okay. According to American Express report, women-owned businesses have grown over 21% in the past decade.
Wow. I
love this, too, because I feel like it also, like, I'm just thinking about my female friends that own businesses.
Me, too. I would say, like, 70% are
growing. Like,
I was going to say, yeah, like 70% of my friends have a business.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And even guys. I'm like thinking about like, okay, like that couple, they each have their own business. Mm-hmm. That couple, they each have their own business. Like more than like ever before, I feel.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I still have some people, you know, who work for corporate, but I definitely out of my friends in Michigan, mm-hmm. they work for themselves. A majority.
I mean, as a girly that grew up in a small business, it ain't easy.
No.
It's not easy. It's not fun. There's a lot of work that goes into it. And I know my friends that personally have like their businesses now, they're so hungry year after year after year, where it's like, okay,
now
you know, for example, my friend is an esthetician and now she's like offering all of these services, tattooing and, you know, massages and all this stuff at her spa now that she like expanded. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, dude, that is like, we love to see it.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't. I mean, you could, because me personally as a personal woman, right? It's like, I always want to grow year after year in my career, so I get it. Like, why wouldn't you want, you know?
Yeah.
There's like no doubt about that. All right, do you have any inspiring stories or anything you can think of business-wise?
For business-wise?
Any girlies you know?
I'm just like...
that are killing it?
Thinking about... Yeah, I mean, I would say like Chelsea, my friend, who has had her company for like 5 years now. Was like my biggest inspiration, kind of starting my company. You know, in the last 6 months, she got to a place where she hired an employee and she has an assistant now. Mm-hmm. So like, wow. Yeah, you know, hearing stuff like that and, you know, just seeing how far she's come from
starting, not knowing kind of where to go.
Correct. And now she has literally somebody coming and helping her with shoots, and it's amazing to see. And it definitely, I think, you know, makes you want to like work harder and be like, I want to get to that level, you know. So but I have a lot of successful friends. I just think for me, like even walking around, you know, the flea with you, just seeing some of these women, like I think about the girl with the Zara booth. Like this is a full-time job, even though, you know, maybe their booth is only open Saturday and Sunday. Right. It's not like she's texting people when she gets new things. I'm on a customer outreach list. Like there's so many. So
you're marketing yourself. You're your own brand too. Yeah. So it's like you always have to kind of present yourself well.
I've also, you know, not to kind of like switch subjects, but you know, as far as like people I would, I guess, idolize working, that are like not famous people, it was always like my mom and grandma. I never grew up with like a mom or grandma that didn't work.
Right.
My mom, yes, you know, she had 3 kids and she worked part-time, but she always worked. So I always I always admired how she was like the family mom who was at all of my, you know, pom competitions and football practices. And then she was making the class cupcakes, but then she was also going to work. Like she just did it all. So like I look at, you know, people like her and my grandma, and I'm just like, damn, you guys made it look like so easy. And now being, you know, a 33-year-old single, no kids, life is not easy. I can't even imagine, you know, at my age, she had 2 toddlers running around.
Yeah.
But then, you know, to go like totally women power, one of my favorite like podcaster is Alex Cooper. I mean, I literally have been following her from her very first episode when she had another person on the podcast with her, and just to see where she is now, it's like, it's literally incredible. I love supporting women and women-based companies. I think women rule the world.
I know, I think we do, low-key. It's just these bimbos dudes are in the way.
And I also feel like because of like the more like women in the flea market industry, I feel like they're also like shaping for like future generations to come.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? Instead of like, oh, my dad passed this company on to me. It's like, no, I watched my mom bust her ass day in and day out. And I saw what she could provide for me, our family.
100%.
You know what I mean? So I think it's a little bit more.
And like, let's not forget that the majority of these women too, like they're working a 9 to 5.
That's what I mean.
During the week.
Yeah.
Like this isn't free time, like, you know, suburban mom
fun, like you have so much time. Like,
these women are like showing up, you know, and it could even be like their husband's like leftovers from their business type of situation, and they're the ones showing up to like run this little, you know, booth every weekend. Like, that's still a lot of work. And something to commend, for sure.
100%. I also think, too, you know, they say, like, women are a majority of, like, the consumers.
Yeah.
And I think it's because we are a little bit more conscious with consumerism. Think about it. Like, I feel like there's almost more, like, yes, I am online. I mean, I just did this recently. I bought something so stupid that I should have just waited for, okay? But, you know, the influencer told me I had to have it. And, yeah, it's like, you know, I fall into the trick of things, but I also do feel like because we are a little bit more, like, emotional buyers, we are a little bit more like small business supporters, you know, because we as women like connect that story. Where like, I'm not saying men don't, but a lot of the small business people I know are women.
Which is funny because men are typically like in the sales positions. Yeah. And that's like the number one thing they always kind of like tell you, right? Is like, you know, hit the sale from an emotional perspective. So it's like they're doing that to other men, but you're not realizing that the female is the one kind of making the purchasing, like kind of in a household for sure, right? Like the majority of the stuff, it's like you usually run it by your lady. Yeah. Let's be honest. But then even just, you know, some of these like bigger buys, whether it's, I don't know, a software, whatever, I feel like there's a lady somewhere being like,
nah. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Right.
Someone just the other day like was like, well, what do you think? And I was like, do you want my real opinion? They're like, yeah. And I was like, don't wear that. God. You know, Brandon will ask me stuff and I'm like, Brandon and Michael has Liz.
That's different because you're like a sis. That's a sister
I get it,
opinion.
But still, like, I just feel like guys ask women for validation.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
I know, but with that being said, I mean, to your point, it's like also because women are so involved in like the household, right? So it's like, okay, like for example, obviously I don't have children, but I know how a lot, like how my mom thinks, let's take how my mom thinks, right? It's like, okay, well, Christina has dance that I have to like pay for this. And then, you know, my little sister's taking like a pottery class, so I have to pay for that, while my older daughter is still in college. And so who knows like what she's gonna need like next month for like her expenses. So when my husband asked me like, hey, can we get a new car? Yeah, probably not right now, right? Like, it's just like, yeah, but we just kind of know and have a grasp on a household, for example.
That it's not just a household, it's like everything. Think about it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like,
no,
100%. Like, that's kind of why.
Completely agree.
You're gonna run it by somebody like that because you know what's going on.
I mean, just think about, we just a few episodes ago talked about like self-care and self-love and like kind of the difference between men and women. Same thing. It's like women, like, I feel like, you know, a majority of men listen, I know there's the unicorns and there's those guys that are just the one-of-a-kinders, but a majority of men they're making their time for all their hobbies and their little play dates with their boyfriends and their friends and the gym and the gaming, where, like, you know, women are like, oh, well, I have to ask, I have to double check, da, 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 da. I just think it's different. Like, I do. I feel like it's so different.
I hear that, and I think that might be very true.
Like, but even with, like, business wise.
Yeah, but respectfully, I'm also the one that's like, oh, this went up a few bucks, add to cart. Like, I don't know. Like, I still make decisions, like, pretty carelessly, too.
I mean,
I'm also single.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, it's different. No, I'm just saying, though, you don't have anyone in your back ear like, well, we have this month that we need to pay for.
Well, yeah, but I wish somebody would. Like, listen, dude, go do your golf date. Like, absolutely 100%. But, like, when I ask for a girls' night, like, you're not going to be like,
well, I just
you have a budget. Yeah. I'm out.
Yeah.
I had a friend have that happen where she was like, oh, my dinner, and like calculating her dinner. Like, I'm out. I'm all the way out on that.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah. We'll have to talk about that later.
Yeah, okay. Anyways. Okay. Any, like, shout-outs we want to make to specific vendors? I love the Zara one. That's a great example.
I would say our girl in Alsip who makes the candles, the little cuticle cream.
Yes.
Pretty
little things or something.
Something. Pretty, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like pretty little something or something.
Yeah, okay.
Anyways, yeah, she's great. I just like I don't know why
our
I'm thinking this
vendors
lady
in Ashland.
The lady at Melrose Park that has like a Tupperware booth. Yep. I feel like that one's always fun. I don't know, man. I just keep thinking about the ones at Ashland.
The produce
too, that are, like,
ones.
Screaming the produce ones.
The ones who are always calling us over. Yeah.
Literally.
Do you think there's any challenges? I mean, just because you've been in this industry a little bit longer, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's any challenges for women in the flea market industry who are trying to, you know, start a small business or become kind of like their own boss with, like, typically the demographic of the flea market being typically men? Like, do you feel like they have an advantage or a disadvantage?
I don't think so. I think too, like, if you're smart, I think you can manipulate the sale. What I mean by that, the Zara vendor, for example, she could just have all women's gear in Zara and still be successful, but she has an entire men's section too. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's helpful. Same thing with, like, the lady that we just mentioned at Alsip that does these custom, what she does is, like, adds gems to, you know, custom wine glasses, anything, tumblers, things like that, right? But she was telling us that some of her big people were men too, because they're buying for their wives. Women, they're buying, like, you know, custom, like, Cubs. She was making, like, this Cubs tumbler for her, like, for her dude. I don't know. I think it goes back to, like, the sale and being smart as a businesswoman and just making sure that what you're doing, whether it's produce, whether it's Tupperware, whether it's lotion, whether it's whatever, you just have to tailor to everybody. Yeah. And I think there's an opportunity. And then, of course, like, you know, I'm still very much so strong on the best place to start a business is a flea. Yeah. Test it out. See what people are liking. See if what you thought was going to be successful is successful.
Agreed. Also, I mean, especially if you're new into, like, the business world or, you know, being an entrepreneur, like, save the money on a rented space or an office building.
Right.
When you can literally, it's real estate at the flea market.
I mean, that's the perfect example too. It's I was talking to, like, some younger kids that are in, like, an entrepreneurship program type of thing at school, and the most interesting thing about it was, like, they thought, like, they made, like, 5 products and they thought this one product was really gonna, like, pop off for them, but they actually went to like a farmer's market for a weekend and noticed that like these other two were really popular, the ones that they like least expected. And so then they went back to the drawing board and kind of reinvented their entire business plan around those two products and were way more successful than the one that they thought. You have to get your feet wet.
Yeah.
So, you know, you have to try it. Same thing with like, I've had friends like unsuccessful in their business because they're tailoring to like their taste and not necessarily their customers' taste.
Yep.
And you have to know that. Like if you're in a prime location in a downtown little strip mall, you know, and the lady next to you is selling that stuff, and then you're like, you know, you have to
read
diversify
the room
yourself.
almost. Yeah.
So, you know, that's kind of it. And the lady next door was tailoring to like high school students because the high school was down the street, and she knew that those kids after school come this way, so that's her customer. And then you're wondering why they're not buying like, you know, some older sophisticated like business attire. Well, that's why.
Yeah.
You have to understand your consumer. So anyways, that's my thoughts on that. I don't think anything's impossible anymore. I really don't.
No.
Same thing like you said, Alex Cooper, like I don't think she had any intentions on when she went in to do what she was doing to like, be who she is. You
absolutely
know?
not. And
Give
then,
yourself
you know,
a try.
I'm driving the other day and I'm, you know, this is my like, I have like Sirius XM now or whatever. And I'm like, dude, she has a channel, a freaking radio channel.
Yeah, it's an own like production station. Yeah.
I'm like, brilliant. So yeah, I love seeing stuff like that.
100%.
We love when the girlies are winning.
Winners win. I forgot who always, that was like a dude in one of my sales roles would always be like, winners win.
Oh gosh, I feel like I can think of who it was.
No, it was like, he was like a car salesman or something. It was like another position. But anyways. All right, let's go personal. Let's talk 5 women we know.
Okay.
Most influential. You want me to start? You to start?
Yeah, go ahead. I feel like I've been talking a lot.
Number 1 goes to my mom.
Yeah, I have the same one.
Without a doubt. Yours too, number 1, mom?
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, dude. There's something about a mom that no matter what, I'll always, like, be so infatuated with her. Like, just how.
One, it's just the fact that she handles my dad is the number one thing, because that mug is crazy.
Shout out to Wanda.
Yeah, seriously, I know you're listening, Mom. Yeah, so I agree. She just makes it look easy. I just feel like moms do somehow.
They don't complain.
They're so selfless. Like, yeah.
My mom complains now when she's just managing my dad versus when she did managing a household of 3 kids. Yeah. And I find it so funny. I'm like, what? Who cares? Like, this is so much less work than you've had your whole life.
Yeah.
But no, there's something to say about a woman, especially my mom. My mom came here 17 years old to this country, married, not having any idea, didn't know the language, was just relying on my dad's word of like, we're gonna make it and this is what our life's gonna be. She knew my dad for 2 weeks and took a leap of faith.
Okay.
I don't know if I could ever do that.
So similar situation. That was my grandma.
Right.
My grandma came over here very young and got married very young, had a kid very young, same thing. Didn't know if they were gonna make it. So I completely am with you with that.
Yeah, it's just, could I do it? I don't know. I'd be like trembling in my boots. My dad wasn't established. You know what I'm saying? He was like, it's not like he was like,
and think
in
about
like
now how picky women are. Does he have this? Does he have this? Does he have this?
No,
you know what I
was
mean?
Not the case. My mom was just willing to come here. That was the only reason. My dad was having a hard time finding a wife because no one would take the leap from Greece to like move to America at the time. Anyways. So that's always like been in the back of my mind, like how someone could do all of that, you know. And then living with someone who's running a restaurant is not for the weak.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
You know, it's insane hours. It's all the holidays. It's everything. You know, my dad missed a lot because that's just how life was, right? It was like, no matter what it was, if it was Christmas or if it was, Easter, if it was those were the busiest days at a restaurant, you know? And so there was a lot of times my mom was running the show solo, and she did it, and she did it well.
Yeah.
Worked her jobs. I don't know. I'm
no, it's a lot.
I know. Mom, I know maybe you're listening, and I love you. Okay, who else you got?
My grandma was my next one.
Okay.
So I don't need to tell you, but same story like you just said with your mom. Yeah, she just, I think for another like big.
Were you close to both your grandma? Are you just one particular were you closer with?
My mom's mom.
Okay.
Yeah, because my grandpa died like 2 months before I was born, my mom's dad. So basically when I was born, it was like the best distraction for her. So she literally came to everything.
Oh, okay.
My parents would bring her, you know, on our like family vacations.
Like your second mom, essentially.
Yes. Just seeing like everything, you know, that she has been through, and then when she got, you know, diagnosed with cancer and stuff, just seeing like the fight, and same thing, just never complaining, never. It's just, I hope to be like them one day, my mom and my grandma, even half. Got a lot of work to do.
I'd take a quarter at this point.
Shoot.
Also, I need to learn your cooking, Mom.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Wanda needs, the problem with her is she just like now is
they
like.
They don't want to share.
They don't eat, not even
My
that.
mom won't.
She uses, dude. She'll find a recipe on Pinterest or something, and then she makes it her own, but then doesn't tell like anyone what it is. And then she's like, oh, it's this simple, easy Pinterest recipe. I'm like, this shit does not taste the same.
No,
This is not it. Yeah.
My mom does the same thing.
I'm like, I'm gonna put a GoPro on her.
Literally.
Little invisible camera on the glasses.
Okay, so number 2 for me is my sisters. I have an older sister who is 10 years older than me. Literally my best friend / mom / therapist. She is everything for me, and I would not be here without her. Just from teaching me like how to like do my hair, scrunch it, get ready, homework projects, taking me everywhere, like, and now just being so tight. Like, I talk to her every single day. We are best friends, and I love her to death. And then likewise, my little sister was like my best friend all growing up. I've like learned so much from her. She's like the brains of the family, and just, I don't know, just two women I adore more than ever.
That. I'm so jealous you have sisters.
I'm jealous you have brothers in some sense, but both are good.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right, number 3.
I just put my girlfriends.
Sick, me too.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna have the pretty much.
We are.
The same. I didn't even really have 5, to be honest. I could put like my aunts and stuff.
Yeah.
Because like
I could never pick just one friend. No, for example.
Me either.
Like,
that's why I just kind of generalized like girlies. You know, they all inspire me. I would not be who I was without the gals.
Dude.
I don't know what I would do without them.
I have so many friends who I like see, and I'm just like, I don't know how you do what you do in terms of like you're a mom, or whether they're like going through a divorce, or whether they're changing careers or running a business, or I don't even know. And they all do it with such ease, if you will. I have friends that are like VPs that are like single, married, that are just like killing it. And then I have other friends who like have 4 kids, 5 kids that are like running around everywhere, and I'm just like, wow, I could never be you.
Yeah.
Or I don't think I could, you know?
Yeah.
So it takes a lot, and those are, you just look up to them and you're just like, damn. So shout out to the girlies.
I agree. I mean,
and they just like listen to everything too. It's like, God.
Well, even in this matter of time of us filming, my watch has just kept ping, ping, ping with the girly group chat. And I'm telling you, when one of them says like something's wrong, how fast all the girls are like, who do we get? What's wrong? What do we got to do? Are you okay? Do you need to talk? You know what I mean? Girls are just
call me in 5.
Yep. So I love my girlfriends. I don't know what I would do without you guys.
I mean, likewise too. It's like the like my 5 or 6 like core girls that I can just at any point just say, hey, this is what's up. no questions.
Yeah.
No questions. And that's like the best feeling. Okay, number 4. What do you have?
Oh, well, that
We're doing 5. Okay.
I know. I just put like my mom, my grandma, my girlfriends, and then my aunts.
Oh, okay. That's very nice.
I only had, because it's kind of generalized.
Well,
I
I'm
didn't
sure
have
you
like
can...
people, but like both my, I mean, I'm really close to, obviously my family, but I have, especially like my auntie Marlene, we are like this. She was like that aunt growing up who like, my mom and dad were yelling at me and I was like 16. I'm like, can I please come over?
Yeah.
That was her.
Get me out of here. Yeah. No, that's the best.
What about you? Who's your number 4?
Okay, so I actually have like the last couple spots. So like one, my cousin who's like a glorified sister to me, also older than me, but just like I look at her now and I'm just like, I don't know how she does it. She's a physician, full-time, mom full-time, wife full-time. Like she just a shout out to all the girlies, not just her, but like anyone who has like all of that going on but is still like a really good friend
person,
like a really good just like checks in on you and stuff. Like just I don't know, there's no one like her. Like I feel like she's just I don't know what's going on in her brain and I can't freaking imagine, but I'm just like, you know, I use her kind of to the example to like some people where they're like, oh, I'm just busy, like sorry I couldn't get back to you. It's like I don't know, there's other people with so much more on their plate and they still think of you. I don't know. So I think she's a powerhouse. And then I wrote down like some of the women that I've like worked with before.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up in a restaurant obviously again, and just seeing like a stigma of like, oh, she's a waitress. But I like obviously my dad had a family like restaurant, and then I grew up when I was 18, then I started working at like another Greek diner, hilarious. But like some of those women, I'm just like, wow, like you are killing it. They were so good at what they did. Like even they just did the job of a server with such like dignity and like, I don't know, they just like didn't care. And they're like, this is what pays my bills. This is what like I'm whatever. And they just like poured their whole selves into it, and it was so freaking inspiring. You know what I mean? To watch like a 60-year-old woman like run circles around us. You know what I mean? And then I've had just, you know, 2 influential, really amazing bosses that kind of like geared me and pushed me and motivated me into this marketing space, if you will. And I'll just never forget them. And they're like trust in me and their, you know, kind words and the way that they were able to like mold me was just something I'll never forget too. So
I love that.
I love that for me. Anyone else that you've like worked with?
I mean,
or I mean, just anyway. I even do, like you said, like Alex Cooper, like all those people, like to me, obviously I don't
Danny
know them.
Austin.
Like
I'm like,
there's
dang,
so many
girl.
like Danny Austin's lacking a little right now, though.
I'm not mad though. She can, dude. She can.
100% she can.
100%
she can.
She just had a kid. I'd be off the grid too. Couple months.
She's like, I'm just gonna post a story or 2 just to show y'all I'm out here looking like trash. And not giving a damn.
Nope.
But anyways, all right. Final thoughts on this as a whole. Women consumers, women vendors.
Happy International Women's Day.
Let's go, girls.
Let's go, girls. We love our girls.
We love our girlies. And let's wrap up with a little this or that, shall we?
Okay.
So are we dinging goddess vibes or like boss lady energy? Goddess vibes makes me think of like you're not really working. You're just like looking good.
Boss women.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, both are great. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. If I could be a goddess all day long, I would be too. Okay, high heels or power flats?
Heels.
Really?
Yeah.
Depends on the heel. We talking stiletto? We talking
a
black?
platform.
We talking?
Yeah.
I would do that.
A thicker heel.
A boot? All day.
An over the knee boot? Even better.
Sheesh. A cowboy boot?
Literally. Little rhinestone
Dude,
situation.
I just got a new pair of cowboy boots. Watch me this summer, girl. Watch me. Okay, girl power anthem or like a queen ballad.
Girl power anthem.
Oh my god! I don't know if you've ever, like, you and your girlies have ever, like, gotten ready together.
Duh, come on.
Dude, those playlists go so hard.
That was just the best time ever, too.
Literally. Okay, bold lipstick or a natural glow?
I love I always do pretty natural on the lips.
I'm a bold girly.
Yeah.
We know. Okay, work hard, play hard, or play hard, work hard?
Work hard, play hard.
I agree. Play hard, work hard.
How much work are you getting done?
I don't know. I like to get the work out of the way first. You know? Okay. Are we fierce independence or cozy sisterhood vibes?
I don't know. I think a little bit of both.
There has to be a little bit of both, I think, too. I mean, I'm very fierce for sure.
Yeah.
But like,
no, there's definitely a little bit of both.
I think the sisterhood is deep.
Yeah.
So. Okay. Are you coffee with ambition or tea with empowerment? I'm a coffee dude. Like, I
can try to do tea, but it just is not the same.
It just doesn't slap as hard. I'm sorry. Okay. Leading a meeting or leading a revolution?
Ooh.
I don't know. The revolution sounds a little intimidating to me at this very second.
Yeah.
Let me just lead the meeting and then we'll go from there.
Yeah,
you know?
Revolution is whoa. I'm not there yet.
I can't get up on a podium and like lead a protest. Like that ain't me.
No.
Not the girl. Okay. Are we DIY diva or professional pro?
Professional pro. I'm not really a DIY diva.
I've never been like
I
could never make like a lotion and then sell it. Like you know what I'm saying? That ain't
like
girl.
just putting like concoctions together. No.
Well, no, in terms of like that's your job.
Yeah,
like selling and stuff. Like I couldn't either. I don't have an idea. I feel like that's groundbreaking enough to do that. Okay. Are you the type to inspire others or be inspired?
I also go both ways on this.
I'd like to think I'm inspiring people, but I also
same.
But I love inspiration.
Agreed.
Like that's my Like Mel Robbins, talk to me, sister.
that Bia, that Bia.
She's coming to Chicago.
I know.
I'm coming.
I'm down.
Dude, I'm there.
I am
there is
down.
No way. I'm like, Mel, help me.
Please.
Okay. Would you rock the red carpet or own the boardroom? Ooh, this is tough. I don't know. Can I have both?
Yeah.
I don't know.
At this moment, I'd say rock the red carpet. At this exact moment.
I think that would be sick.
Yeah.
I just want to get on there once.
Yeah.
Like Samantha Jones.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's a perfect example. Because it's like, she literally like ran her like work and then was able to like get on the run. Yeah.
An amazing friend too.
You marry the actor.
Yeah.
The best of both worlds. Oh, okay. Yoga mat or power suit?
What?
Like, are you the type of girly that's like the yoga mat, chill, zen girly?
Or the matching
like a
set?
power suit?
Yeah, the power suit.
For sure. Okay. Would you rather have like a mastermind session or a spa day? I already know mastermind for me.
I mean, I don't know. I do a lot of spa days, to be honest. Not like days, but like I like take care of myself.
Chills you out in a sense? Like what gets you going?
Oh yeah,
would it be like
day.
Yeah, would it be like you know,
give me like a therapist session, a facial and massage, maybe a little petty. I'm good.
Okay.
Your girl is a 10.
Okay. Are you a champion for change or a champion for fun?
Probably a champion for fun. If we're being, honest over here.
Chief fun officer over here.
Yeah, literally. The culture police. Well, I'm on the culture committee. Just want to make sure.
I was on the culture committee at my last job. Which is why JJ said he thought I would be a good fit here. Isn't that funny?
That is funny.
I'm like, okay, culture committee.
I'm not mad about it.
Okay, are you a bold dreamer or strategic?
I think a dreamer with a little bit of strategy.
Okay, so a combo. I would say that too. I feel like I have to think out my decision and then I will take a leap.
Yeah.
If a leap needs to be made, I will make it. But I have to like think about the leap.
Yeah.
If that makes
Same
sense.
way.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your girl doesn't dive deep. And I also let things marinate because sometimes like there's like a decision and they're like, what do you say, yes or no? And I'm like, dogs, let the dust settle. You know?
Yeah,
have
you
ever been
are
in that
good about
situation?
that.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm trying to be a marinator.
You gotta let it sit, sis. Okay. Are you glitter and glam or comfortable chic?
I don't know. I really go both ways. I can't pick one because I'm either comfy but still have like my nails are gonna be done no matter what. So like I don't
those nails.
These are short, girl. These ain't even long. Yeah, I don't know. What about you?
I mean, I don't know. I think I'm glitter and glam if I'm gonna say something. I mean, the majority of the time I'm put together, I would say.
Yeah.
Even in my sweats, I like have a face on, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you a redefine beauty type of person or set the trends type of person? I definitely redefine. And I make it my own, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah, I'm going to go in the middle with this one, too.
Yeah, like I'll wear things that have been worn before. It's nothing like groundbreaking, but...
Like, I definitely, in high school, this would happen to me all the time, and it would drive me crazy. I would wear something, and my friends would be like, oh, what is that? And then, shit you not, 3 weeks later,
the next day, yeah.
they would be with something, and I'm like, really? And they're like, well, I'm like, you guys are annoying. Like, and my mom would always make comments about it, like, oh, you're the trendsetter. I'm like, no, I'm not the only one who's trendsetting. But yeah, it did annoy me when I was younger. Now I think everyone has their own unique style.
Okay, so funny you say that because every summer when we were younger, we would go to Greece for the summer. And then when we would come back to school, we would have like, you know, some stuff from Greece, like new clothes and whatever. And kid you not, my best friend to this day, the way we met is because she's like, I like her shoes, but she said it kind of like in a snarky way, but they were like platform sneakers and everyone made fun of me. Like they're like, ew, those are like ugly. They look like, they call them moon boots. And then literally they be like Skechers came out with those like platform ones and everyone had them. And I'm like, cool. But it wasn't even on purpose. It was just because like Europe was like ahead of the trends, you know?
Oh yeah.
Okay, are you a high energy or high empathy?
Energy.
Yeah,
I think.
I don't know. I'm a high mix too. I don't know if my energy's always high, but I'm always like thinking about people's feelings for sure.
I'm becoming more empathetic.
Okay.
I'll be honest, wasn't really big on it. Not on it, but like definitely more later, like as of recent.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay. Empowerment playlist or motivational podcast? What are you going with?
It depends on the mood. I don't know. Just like today driving, all I listened to was a podcast of just episode after episode. But like, you know, we all love those pump up songs that are like,
I mean,
set the town on fire.
You know me, like my playlist.
Your music all day.
My playlist is going like all day long.
Yep.
And I feel like I have to like the topic for me to do a podcast. I'm not like a religious listener. All right. And then final one, women supporting women or women taking over the world? What would you choose?
Women supporting women.
Same. I don't think we do it enough anymore.
No, me either.
We need to go back to the bathroom days. Give the girlies a chance.
If you're by a friend, turn around and tell them you love them and they're doing a great job.
I love you. You're doing a great job.
Good job, sweetie.
You're doing amazing. Cheers to the ladies out there.
Cheers to the ladies.
All the women.
Independent. As always, if you guys like this episode, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, thanks for listening to another episode of You,
Me,
and the Flea. See you next time.